What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Battlefront Bros channel for a brand new video. Today we will be ranking the top 10 heroes and villains in Star Wars Battlefront 2 from worst to best. We decided to wait until the final patches of the game were out, so this video would be a final and definitive list. Most heroes throughout the game's lifespan have seen drastic changes such as Anakin, Leia, and Boba Fett. We are thinking of making this a weekly series so we could rank the blasters, reinforcements, maps, and all other things. So if you'd like to see more videos like this, make sure to leave a like on this video and subscribe for more. If we see enough of you, we'll definitely make this style of video a new series for the channel. As with any ranking video, people are going to disagree with how we rank some of the heroes. We made these decisions based on a combination of how good they can be in each mode, including Heroes vs. Villains, Capital Supremacy, and Galactic Assault. If you disagree with any of our decisions, please let us know in the comments down below. To start off our list, we have Count Dooku in the 10th spot. Dooku is someone who shines in hero game modes like Heroes vs. Villains and Hero Showdown with an unmatched damage output up close. His lightning ability is great and gets people off of you, especially with the ragdoll effect, essentially giving Dooku a free strike. With his other abilities, such as Duelist and Exposed Weakness, combined with some of his star cards such as Masterful Duelist, one lightsaber swing can instantly take out almost half of an enemy hero's health. Combine this with his 3 dodges, which is one more than most other heroes, and Dooku is certified as the best, if not one of the best 1v1 characters in Battlefront 2. Not only this, but Dooku has a star card called Sith Control, which allows him to regen 370 health back, which increases his survivability in all game modes, especially Galactic Assault and Supremacy, as any hero who has one of these rare health regen cards has an incredible advantage against every other hero in the game. To sum Dooku up, he is top tier in regards to one-on-one or extreme close quarters combat and dueling, yet he falls short in trooper-based game modes because of his lack of ranged abilities. Next up on our list, coming in at number 9, is Yoda. Yoda is a well-balanced hero who can work well in both trooper game modes and hero game modes. His unleashed ability is amazing when used against troops trying to roast your health, as you can simply absorb the blaster bolts while charging up the push. The more blaster bolts you block, the bigger your push will be, as you wait patiently to unleash it onto groups of big enemies. It can also be good for getting heroes off of you and creating some distance in sticky situations. Yoda's presence ability is a lifesaver if you are low on health and can be a great support ability if you're surrounded by your team. This is great for pushing objectives with your team and making sure you guys have enough health to go in and get the job done. It can also be used as a way to get out of any freeze abilities such as Vader's Choke or Kylo's Freeze, which can save your life for sure. Yoda's Dash Strike ability is one of the most underrated Yoda abilities by far. With the Agility Star card, Yoda can do an extra dash that goes through anyone's block and can one-hit certain troopers. Using his dash ability, which makes him super hard to hit, he will constantly be on the move swinging his saber throughout the air. His small size also makes it much harder for troopers to hit you if you combine this with his dodges and jumping around. Yoda's base health and saber damage are rather average, as he has some decent but not life-changing star cards, hence his lower position on this list. Coming in at 8th place, we have Anakin Skywalker, who was once the undisputed best hero in Battlefront 2 by a long shot. It wasn't even close. However, after 8 nerfs, Anakin is a shattered shell of himself. While he still offers great offense, his abysmal stamina allows any smart player to easily counter him. Even in Supremacy, one super battle droid can easily use Overload to quickly take away his almost non-existent stamina and proceed to melt him, while he stands there unable to do anything. His ability loop is super fun to use, but after that he is rendered virtually defenseless. Anytime I see an Anakin on the opposing team, I get excited because I usually kill them pretty quickly, even as just a regular infantry or assault troop. His downsides include low health regen, insanely low stamina, especially defensively, and I haven't even mentioned his greatest weakness yet: bugs. Anakin is undoubtedly the most bugged character in Battlefront 2. To name some off the top of my head, we have Retribution, looking like it's activating, yet doing no damage and not picking people up. This can happen with everyone in his range, or just a few, which can easily get you killed, as you'll be lasered while you're stuck in an animation. There's also a glitch where he enters Retribution animation briefly for a couple seconds, but then it stops. Moving on to Heroic Might, this ability has so many glitches for just one ability, it is unreal. 2 of the most prominent are getting stuck in the Heroic Might animation and not being able to release, which gets me killed quite often, even with the damage reduction. The other glitch with Heroic Might is the animation playing while not actually being active, meaning the damage reduction isn't active and he won't do any damage upon releasing the buttons. However, you don't realize this until it's too late. Additionally, there's a third glitch with Heroic Might, which makes you unable to dodge or swing your lightsaber for a short period of time while the ability recharges. However, you have never activated the ability. With all that being said, Anakin's can still be extremely deadly, especially in trooper-based game modes. His pull and Heroic Might ability can be upgraded to one-hit all trooper classes except for heavies, and Massive Strikes is really good at dealing with enemy heroes caught off guard. However, any good player knows how weak his stamina is, so you can just spam him pretty quickly to drain all of his stamina, rendering him useless. Anakin doesn't survive combat for long, but he is good for a quick couple of kills. Honestly, Anakin was perfectly balanced back in January before the Age of Resistance update. He was top tier just behind Vader back then, but now he isn't even top 5. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this because of how broken he used to be, but trust me, as an Anakin main, he's not hard to deal with at all. Don't get me wrong, he's still a great hero, but he just doesn't crack the top 5 anymore. He's got some great abilities such as Pull, Heroic Might, some good star cards such as Massive Strikes, but the downsides and glitches and bugs that come with him make him one of the most frustrating characters to use, as a lot of the time his strengths do not outshine his glaring weaknesses and glitches. Coming in at a nice 7th place is going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan's biggest strengths would undoubtedly be his insane stamina and health regeneration, as he has the highest health regen in the game. Using the Jedi Resilience card, Obi-Wan's health regen comes in at a whopping 400 health, meaning if he drops to 300 health during battle, he can stand behind his block while regenning back to full health. His defensive stamina is also great, especially with Safeguard or Perfect Defense star cards, which increase it by 40%. This allows Obi-Wan to take on multiple heroes or stay in combat for extremely extended periods of time in trooper-based game modes. A lot of troops will just shoot at him, and you can easily deflect it all back without draining virtually any stamina. If there's one thing Obi-Wan is the best at in the game, it's surviving. He's one of those perfectly balanced heroes who doesn't have any big weaknesses. In fact, I can't even think of one off the top of my head. His Force Push has great range and incredible damage, which can clear hallways. His block is seemingly limitless, his health regen is insane and unmatched, his Mind Trick takes away opponents' abilities, which is super clutch in hero-based game modes, and his defensive rush can be upgraded to one-hit kill all trooper classes except for heavies. To sum Obi-Wan up, he has no weaknesses, has incredible stamina, and some great but not overpowered abilities. Because of this, Obi-Wan is a great hero and definitely deserves to be in the top 10. Coming in at number 6 is Kylo Ren. Kylo is great and well-balanced hero in Battlefront 2. He is definitely one of the best saber heroes, as Frenzy is a great ability against troops and super useful against enemy heroes who are just blocking, as the last strike of Frenzy goes through any block. Kylo's pull is super useful for pulling people towards you, especially in trooper-based game modes, making them land close to you and easy to finish off. What sets Kylo apart is his third and best ability, Freeze. This ability is one of the best in the game, as Kylo can freeze an entire room and pick them off one by one, or better yet, let his teammates get free kills, as enemies won't be unfrozen until Kylo does damage to them personally. Not only this, but he can use pull and freeze while jumping, so he is very mobile. He doesn't really have any downsides, as he has good stamina, and overall Kylo is very deserving of this top 6 spot, and I have a feeling he is much higher on some of your lists. Coming in at number 5, and this may shock some of you, is Han Solo. Han is one of those characters that in the right hands is absolutely unstoppable. I've seen a single Han sway the tide of an HVV match way too many times, it's insane. He's got the most powerful blaster in the game, 3 dodges with a star card, making him extremely difficult to hit by saber users such as Darth Vader, a grenade that does great damage and ragdolls all enemies including blocking saber heroes, a shoulder charge that damages through blocks and can ragdoll. An easy way to deal with saber heroes is to shoot them and roast their stamina as they close the gap, throw a grenade and detonate in the air behind them, quickly get a few shots in while they are ragdolled, then proceed to shoulder check them and get a shot or 2 in while they are ragdolled again. If they are still alive after this, simply dodge backwards while shooting the saber user in the head in between every dodge. This is one of the most frustrating things to go against as a dark side saber user. In trooper-based game modes, his blaster deals so much damage, his grenade can take on multiple people at once, and he can stay behind his team without getting hit at all, while doing insane amounts of damage. Another thing to note is that Han's pistol has no spread, meaning where you aim is the exact place the blaster bolt will go, basically turning Han into a marksman from long range. Han's only downside is that he has no way to block a saber hero, so villains such as Kylo or Vader can be very troublesome if you don't know they are coming. And the scariest thing to see as Han Solo is Palpatine, as he can just jump around and laser you with his lightning. Speaking of Palpatine, he comes in at a respectable 4th place. Palpatine is a unique character in the sense that he is not a saber hero, nor is he a blaster hero. He takes up a class of his own, which makes him very interesting to play in Battlefront 2. A good Palpatine can wipe an entire squad in both troop modes and hero modes if you use his abilities correctly. Palpatine's Chain Lightning is absolutely god tier in troop modes, as he can hit up to 10 people at once with the right star cards equipped. It is also a relatively fast recharging ability, able to recharge in 10 seconds with a star card. Palpatine's middle ability, Dark Aura, is a nice way to create some distance between you and your enemies, and deals a decent 17.25 damage per second. Palpatine's final ability, Electrocute, is an extremely helpful power that freezes your enemies for 1.15 seconds, allowing you to either make a quick escape or to do damage at them while they stand helpless against your attacks. Make sure to use both your left and right triggers when using Palpatine, as you can use each of his arms separately if you wish, but if you do them together, it deals more damage. Palpatine's biggest weakness is the fact that he has no way to block incoming attacks, so it is very important to utilize your jumps and dodges to get away from enemy fire or lightsaber swings. When I'm using Palpatine during troop modes, I always make sure I'm either jumping in the air or dodging around to avoid taking too much fire. Overall, Palpatine is a versatile character that does well in troop and hero game modes, and only has one major weakness that can be countered with the right playstyle. Now we arrive at the legendary top 3 heroes. At number 3 will be no surprise to anyone who has played him, the most overpowered light side character, Luke Skywalker himself. Luke is an absolute monster in Battlefront 2 with the fastest saber swing speed, highest lightsaber damage, and 3 insanely useful abilities. Luke's biggest advantage is his absolutely insane mobility. He is the fastest character in the game, along with Darth Maul, and when used in combination with his dash ability, he can move around his opponents with ease and speed. Luke's push ability is absolutely amazing for both styles of combat. It does 150 damage to troops, his push will take out every single person except for heavies in one hit, and whoever is not immediately killed will be sent back flying 15 meters. This ability can also be activated while jumping, making him an even deadlier opponent. Even if you have escaped or rolled through his push, Luke's repulse ability is great for quickly getting large groups of enemies off of you, whether that be the whole squad of troops or 4 heroes surrounding you in HVV. With a maxed out purple star card, this ability can do up to 170 damage to troops, meaning that you could drop down in the middle of a fight, use repulse, and take out the majority of your enemies around you in just one move. Luke's final ability, Rush, is the most versatile move that allows the user to dash forward while striking at the same time. The base damage for this ability is only 100, but it can be used to close the distance between you and your enemy while taking out some of their health along the way. It is also a great quick escape tool if you find you are in over your head. Luke has a decent base health of 750 and a star card called Intensify that can increase his 130 damage saber to a nice 166 from the front and 196 from the back. This will allow you to take out most troops in just one swing. The only minor weaknesses that Luke might have would be his low health regen. Luke can only regen back 200 health and has no health regen card, so be careful of that. All things considered, Luke is one of the best characters in the game, and for sure the best light side character in Battlefront 2. Moving on to the second spot, I know many of you were expecting Darth Vader to be first, however after his recent nerf, his damage output doesn't feel the same. While his survivability is unmatched, his damage output just isn't what it used to be. I'm not saying that Vader's damage output is bad, because it certainly isn't, as it is still top tier in the game. It's just he isn't as overpowered as he used to be. He used to be god tier just a few months ago. Getting troopers or heroes into a choke is usually still a death sentence. Combine this with his lightsaber throw, and there's no coming back from that. Not only is his damage output great, but Vader can have 950 base health with one of his star cards. Combine this with his focused ranged ability, and you can have an absolute tank of a hero. Overall, he doesn't have any weaknesses, and he remains in the top tier. However, he isn't as broken as he used to be, so this is why he's coming in at number 2. Coming in at the first spot is General Grievous. His only downside is low stamina, however it is easily manageable as his ability recharge time is really quick. All 3 of his abilities are pretty useful. He's got Unrelenting Advance to push into combat safely while taking out troops, Thrust Surge, which locks onto individual targets as Grievous lunges to them, stabbing them with all 4 lightsabers. If they don't die, they are ragdolled, which is a guaranteed bonus hit as you can simply dash towards them and strike them while they're on the ground. Now let's talk about his best ability in the game, Claw Rush. After the most recent update, The direction of Claw Rush can be changed in a moment's notice. This allows Grievous to hit the same target over and over again in one ability. This ability can one-hit kill enemy heroes if you just keep circling them throughout the duration of the ability. Yeah, that seems pretty balanced. Using Grievous's lineup weaklings card is essential for trooper-based game modes, as Claw Rush will now one-hit all trooper classes besides heavy. This is absolutely deadly and can clear rooms on objectives or choke points in just a few seconds. On top of this, Grievous's lightsabers do incredible damage with his star card as well. A great combo you can use to take out any hero as Grievous is activate Thrust Surge to ragdoll your opponent, dash towards them and immediately get a hit in while they're getting up, and then follow up with a Claw Rush and spin around them in a circle until you kill them. It's pretty cheap, and you definitely don't feel good after doing it, but hey, this can deal with sweaty Han Solos or other blaster heroes pretty quickly, and it's pretty fun to use against the Han Solo that's ruining your HVB match by destroying everyone and spamming grenades. Alright guys, that's going to go ahead and finish up our rankings. Let us know what you thought, if we ranked anyone too high or too low, or if maybe we missed someone in the top 10 that you think deserves it. Let us know, and we'd be interested to see what you guys think as well. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. I just wanted to take a moment to let you all know how truly appreciative we are here at the Battlefront Bros for all of your support. We started this channel in January, and we can't believe how big our community has become. We just hit 270k on TikTok and have no plans of slowing down. If you have been wanting to play with us, make sure to join our Discord, as that's where we organize and announce all of our community events, which happen once or twice a week. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe and leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it. Peace and love, and we'll see you in the next one.